Joann's has released two Joann branded sewing machines. We're going to talk about those sewing machines today, but before we do, I have to preface it by talking about all that's gone on with the company in the past. On March 18th of 2024, Joann filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, citing increase in online competition, increase in freight costs, and slump sales after the 2020 lockdowns as some of the primary reasons why they decided to make this decision. Shortly before Joann filed for bankruptcy, there were rumors circling around online that the Viking stores that were located inside of Joann's were all going to close down. A lot of people believe that this was not true, but after Joann's filed for bankruptcy, many of the Joann's sewing centers located inside of the stores completely shut down, leaving lots of customers without a service center to go to in order to get their machines worked on. While the Viking sewing centers have moved out of Joann's for the most part, we still do have the ability to purchase Singer and Brother branded sewing machines directly from the store. And that brings us to where we are now with these new Joann model sewing machines, the Joann 100M and the Joann 200 HDT. For the recording of this video, I searched for any Joann's store up the entire eastern coast of the United States that would have either one of these sewing machines for me to actually physically take a look at and review, but not a single store from New York to Florida had this machine in stock. So I am wondering if Joann's plans on only offering the 100 and 200 online, or if they plan on having these machines inside of their stores at some point. I would think that if they were going to have these machines inside of the store, that they would have already had them there at this point, given that we're entering the holiday season where everyone will be shopping for things if they're shopping for holidays. That is just something that's up in the air. If anybody could let me know if they know down in the comment section below, that would be great. We're going to take a look at the sewing machines a little bit closer and also take a look at the manuals so that we can see what information that we can gather about each machine. But before we do, please do take the time to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Whenever there is a store branded sewing machine, it's generally made by a primary sewing machine company and then rebadged with the store's name. In this case, the Joann model machines are made by Singer, and Singer sewing machines are made by SVP International. And SVP International is a conglomerate that was formed in 2001, and the acronym stands for Singer, Viking, and Pfaff. The 100M is a 120 volt machine that runs at 60 hertz and has a 0.6 amp motor. While the 0.6 amp motor is not very impressive, the manual says that this machine can take up to a size 16 needle and sew through light to medium weight materials, including heavyweight canvas, woolens, outdoor tent, quilted fabrics, denims, upholstery, and more. The 100M does come with an accessory tray, and this accessory tray includes an all-purpose foot, zipper foot, buttonhole foot, and darning plate, amongst a number of other things. The darning plate leaves you the clue that there is no feed drop on this machine, and that is something that is really important to know, especially if you are a quilter. In addition to not having a feed dog drop on this machine, you must remove the accessory tray in order to gain access to the vertical bobbin. And that is one other important thing that you may want to know before investing in this machine. As of the time of this recording, there's not too many reviews on the 100M, so what I had to do was do a little bit of searching through the Singer catalog to find a similar machine. This machine looks very similar to the Singer 1234 that was out some years ago. So I went online and looked at reviews of that machine instead. And what I found is that the vast majority of people were pretty satisfied with this particular sewing machine as a beginner sewing machine because it's user friendly and easy to use. However, some people did complain about the amount of plastic that is inside of the machine, but that is to be expected for a machine at this particular price point. Now let's talk about the 200 HDT. The 200 HDT comes in this black color, which is a departure from the usual white plastic that we see on most sewing machines. This machine also operates at 120 volts with 600 megahertz, and instead of having the 0.6 amp motor like we saw on the 100, this machine has a 0.7 amp motor, which is not really that significant of a difference from the 0.6 amp motor. However, the manual also says that this machine can accept up to a size 16 needle and accept light to medium weight materials, including canvas, woolen, outdoor tent, and quilted fabrics, denims, upholstery materials, and more. The 200 HDT does have a feed dot drop, and it has a top loading bobbin. In addition to having these two features, this machine also has a substantial extension table that comes along with the machine as an accessory. The feet that come with the machine are the all-purpose zipper and buttonhole feet, along with a number of other small accessories. This sewing machine looks a whole lot like the Singer Heavy Duty, except the left, center, and right needle position button is not located on top of the machine. Instead, that button is right slap dab in the middle of the machine on the front. A lot of people say that they like the Singer Heavy Duty sewing machine. However, the Singer Heavy Duty sewing machine is not one that is made to last forever. It is a machine that is meant to be replaced after it does go bad. But this is what you can expect from a machine of this particular price point, and it is indeed a machine that you can start out with and complete quite a few sewing projects using. Just out of curiosity, I wondered if Joann's had ever made any sewing machines in the past, and I ran across some Sonata Joann's machines, and the Sonata 540 was made in 1985, and some people are still using that machine. Some say that that particular machine was modeled after the Kenmore sewing machines in the same factory, and that may or may not be true. I'm not quite sure, but those machines were made to a much different caliber than the machines of today that are made to be replaced. In my quest for finding Joann's sewing machines of the past, I also found the Sonata 6680C, and it does not say that it is a Joann's machine on it. However, it does say that the person who purchased the machine got it from Joann's. So I wonder if Sonata somehow had a relationship with Joann, just in the same way that Joann has a relationship with Singer today. That is something that I wonder if any of you know, because I haven't been able to find any information about this online. Anyhow, I found it interesting that the person who had this Sonata 6680 took it to a Joann's to see if they could get the machine serviced, and no one had ever heard of the machine in spite of Sonata being a major part of Joann's in the past. This leads me to really wonder about the current Joann sewing machines. If Joann's were to go out of business, how easy or difficult would it be to get replacement parts for either one of these machines? That is something that is yet to be known, but I guess only time will tell. Guys, please let me know your thoughts about the Joann sewing machines down in the comment section below, as I would love to hear from you. Would you be interested in getting a Joann sewing machine, or does the fact that they are in bankruptcy kind of turn you off from picking this as a sewing machine? Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to receive more sewing related content. Peace.